Creamer Media's Mining Weekly is speaking to Siphe Ntshangase, the principal geology consultant of LEI Advisory, a woman-led and woman-controlled advisory service which is heavily involved in the resources sector and deals a lot with the issue of junior mining and junior exploration. Siphe, could we discuss the challenges faced by junior mining and what should be done to encourage exploration and junior mining in South Africa?
The current challenges that are faced by junior miners when it comes to exploration is the funding. The process of applying for prospecting rights is very expensive and needs companies that already have some secured funds. And most of the junior companies don't have such funds. And hence the drilling programs, they're not being done as well. So now there's a serious backlog, especially in greenfields exploration, with mines facing closure, with the depths of especially the gold mines, and also like the life of mines just ending. So the DMR needs to relook at the cost of prospecting rights and also environmental authorization and compliance. It is very discouraging to the juniors.
A lot of the legislative framework has been designed around major mining companies.
We need to find a fit-for-purpose approach where we need to apply the regulatory requirements for small and junior companies without a negative impacting on the environmental, social, and governance aspects. For an example, what we were suggesting is that an example of a support mechanism that could be implemented is the creation of an environmental rehab fund for junior miners, of which qualifying participants can actually then provide the related required guarantees using such a fund in future.
How could we overcome, this issue of having to capture historical data?
The industry has a lot of old geologists who actually know the whole of South Africa. So with those experts working with the government, we can actually look at working together and developing a database that can be made available to everyone who needs it. And through this process, what I was thinking also, because of the huge number of unemployed geologists, the graduates, we can actually employ them so that they can capture all the data. This would create employment, and the database of information will be made available as part of an open file system. And it must be free and transparent and can be made available through the Council of Geosciences, for example.
So there are a lot of geology graduates, you talk of a huge number. So
there is a lot currently that is unemployed, yes. And in this way, we can actually create employment for them. And in a way, they'll be learning also part of our history of geology in South Africa.
That'll be fantastic. And what about the need to take a new look at the cost of prospecting rights?
It's an advantage for big companies which already have secured funds. But for junior miners who don't have funds, it's a challenge because it's expensive. They cannot afford it.
And what do you think can be done with the SAMRAD system?
We need to do something about this. It's been talked about for a long time now. They need to act on it now.
And what about this 5-hectare limit on mining rights? The limit is still creating some concern.
Yes, it is, especially for bulk commodities and also your tailings dump recovery projects. So if the government can, consider increasing the 5 hectares to at least 10 hectares, it will, benefit the juniors a lot. The industry is very open to working with the government. If we work together, we can actually achieve all of this.
And what about the issue of perhaps creating a dedicated junior miners desk in these regional offices?
If we have dedicated, desks for the only for the junior miners, that would actually speed up the processes of some of these applications. The current policies and the legislation that apply to mineral exploration, the development and mining should be revamped and modernized.
That was Siphe Ntshangase, the principal geology consultant at LEI Advisory, giving us insight into what South Africa needs to do to promote junior mining and exploration.